Greetings from Nairobi, Kenya, from Lavington in particular, where it looks like the rains actually may start in earnest, but hard to tell at the moment. My name is Paula Lowitt. I'm the COO of Inuka Kenya Trust. So sorry that I'm not able to join you in person today, but I'm very grateful to the KDDC and Tegi and Comfort in particular for inviting us to share a little bit about what our trust is doing. Maybe I should give a little bit of background on the trust generally. We were formed in 2009. Our CEO is John Githongo, and as you may know, he spent several years abroad in the UK. And upon his return, he really wanted to see what was happening in Kenya, get a feel for what Kenya was experiencing. Unfortunately, he had to witness 2007, 2008 and the tragedies from abroad, and he really wanted to get a sense of what's happening in Kenya and what had happened. What are people's hopes? What are people's dreams? What are their fears? So he set off in his little car and started to travel around the country. And not in traditional NGO fashion with a big SUV and emblazoned with some donor agency on the side. Rather, he went in very humbly and very modestly, which is very consistent with John's personality. And he walked into villages, he met with people, they spoke, he slept on people's floors. And unfortunately, from his 18 months of travels, his findings were not good. There was one narrative that was consistent across all ethnicities, all ages, all geographies, all religions, and it was this sense of madarau, of having been disrespected, of having been left behind, forgotten about, or ignored. And this narrative of madarau really informed our founding of the trust. We wanted to do something to address this issue. The government has made some strides in the infrastructure. Roads are being built, hospitals are being built, schools are being built, but no number of roads can address this issue of madarau. What we call madarau really the software, whereas the infrastructure is the hardware. So the trust was calculated to try and address these software issues. Our focus at the trust is on youth. One, because John found this group to be the most vocal and volatile on his travels, but also the fact that 78% of our population is below the age of 34. I'm sure you've heard the youth bulge that Kenya's experiencing, the youth bulge. We consider it actually a youth time bomb. So what I'd like to turn the focus on is one project that we're working on in particular, which, as you'll soon see, I'm about to ask you for your help on. The project is called Uongozi, and it will be conducted in the lead up to the 2012 or 2013, we're not sure yet, elections. Uongozi has two goals. First, to draw out new leaders. We want to focus on the possibilities of alternative leadership. The barriers to entry have been so high to run for public office. You have to have a lot of money, and you have to be networked and engaged with the existing political parties. So we want to promote an openness for new leaders to step out that aren't part of that infrastructure. Secondly, we want to reinvent or try and reinvent the way Kenyans make their voting decisions, the way they consider candidates, moving away from ethnicity and short-term financial gain and moving towards analysis of policies and the true notion of public service, that the individuals being considered really embrace the notion of putting others before self, public service. So the cornerstone of the whole project is a reality television show akin to The Apprentice, but instead of business, the focus is on leadership. We will have an open call across Kenya. Our partner is the Nation Media Group. With them, we will conduct a huge launch across the country. Nation has committed front page coverage, editorial coverage, full page ads, pullouts, inserts, as well as significant advertising and promotion time on their station NTV, as well as their radio stations QFM and Easy FM. After the launch, there will be 5 weeks of an open application period. During this 5 weeks, we will conduct a 47-county roadshow. We will go to every single county in Kenya, promoting Uongozi, but also promoting voter registration and education on what the upcoming ballot is likely to look like. I mean, this is a whole new thing. We now have, what, at least seven roles to elect, 7 positions rather to elect. Also at the roadshows will be, and on the show itself, we'll be promoting the notion of independent candidacy, which we consider to be an incredible gift of our new constitution. No longer do you have to be allied with any existing political party. You can run as an independent. This really changes the playing field, levels the playing field, and changes the game, to mix some metaphors. So after the 5 weeks, we expect thousands of applications to come in, and from these applications, we will narrow it down to 94 candidates, 2 from each county, 1 male and 1 female. The final determination of the 94 will be determined by a very distinguished jury of Kenyans and perhaps some international personalities. These will be people who are very well known and who are beyond reproach, people with impeccable backgrounds and integrity. John will be on the jury, as well as Tom Mboya, our deputy CEO. Concurrent with all this, we will have a continuous web presence, Facebook, our new Uongozi website, as well as a lot of activity on other social media, blogs, etc. We also, importantly, will be focusing on vernacular radio. For too long, we feel that this medium has been used for negative purposes. Hate speech in particular with respect to the 2007 elections. We really want to try and seize control of that space and use it for something positive. The TV show, when it begins in earnest, it will narrow down the candidates to 10. Now, the final 10 candidates will go through a series of challenges over about 10 weeks. These challenges will be calculated to try and illustrate leadership qualities that we aspire to: integrity, honesty, openness, collaboration, etc. Now, while the candidates will all be critiqued by a 3-panel judge, the ultimate voting and the ultimate determination of who will stay on the show and who will leave will be conducted by the public through SMS voting. So, where does that leave us? It leaves me asking you for help. As you may remember, I mentioned that there will be initially 94 final candidates. We'd like to make that 96. We'd like to make a separate county for the diaspora. So I am now here making an appeal to you to support the campaign, to spread the word, and to apply. We aim to broadcast the show, of course, on NTV Sunday nights, but also to have repeats online on the Uongozi website. We'll be providing Tegi and Comfort with additional information on the program as we move along, but we do hope you'll be looking out for us. Asanteni, and we do hope to see you either in Kenya or in the States soon. Thank you so much.